All right, we're just a couple minutes away from getting going here with our first round of eliminations. So if you are walking around the show area, you can start making your way back to the stands. We are going to start first round eliminations here in just a minute. Again, big shout out to Capital Mustang Car Club. They are the ones that are running the show and shine today. Again, I just heard the final numbers was about 200 cars, so if you haven't gotten a chance to walk through the pits back there, go ahead and check out the show and shine. There's a lot of beautiful Fords back there. We are live streaming right now. So if you have anybody at home that wants to watch some drag racing, that will be on our live stream posted on our Facebook. Again, track is prepped and ready to go. We are going to do a quick little national anthem and then pull out all fast Fords. So about 2 minutes away from getting running here. Again, if you are in lanes 3, 4, 5, or 6, you will be in competition. So please make sure that you do have a dial-in on your window. All right, if everyone will please rise, remove your caps. I know there's a lot of flaws in this country, but there's not many places in the world where all walks of life can come together like out here and enjoy fast cars, horsepower, and all kinds of fun. So please rise, remove your caps. We're going to listen to our national anthem. All right, let's go drag racing again. This is All Fast Fords 2021. Been a couple years since we've gotten to have this race, so we are all happy to have you here. First things out, we actually have a Grudge race coming up first before we get into our bracket racing. Again, the word on the street is there's $40,000 on this race. I'm not too sure if that's true, but makes for an exciting little matchup here. Got an F-150 over there in the left lane. Again, this is going to be quarter mile, no time Grudge match. It's heads up. Whoever gets to the finish line first is going to take the win and the money. That's the gist of Grudge racing. Again, we're not going to see any times. I can't really tell you them. I can't even see them myself. But whoever gets to the stripe first is going to take the money and take the win. All right, we got our F-150 in the left, Lightning over here in the right lane. Both running slicks, it looks like. Again, you're going to see a pro tree on this pair. They are running to the quarter mile. Whoever gets there first is going to take the win and take the money. Again, word on the street is there's 40 grand on this race. Who knows how true that is, but we're going to find out. Oh, and the Lightning runs away with it. Oh, the Ford Lightning truck takes the win. Their crew is happy. They're excited. They're so excited. I think there is quite a bit of money on the line for that one. They're celebrating like it's 40 grand, that's for sure. Again, that was our Grudge match. First thing out, Lightning takes the win in the right lane. Again, I can't tell you what it ran. I can't even see what it ran. But it took the stripe by quite a bit. So next up, we got our all fast forwards category coming out. Again, we are rolling right into bracket racing, which means all these cars will be dialed in. You'll see the trees fire at different times, which means they're going to be racing the stripe at the top end. The name of the game of bracket racing, cut a good light, run as close to the number that you'll see on those scoreboards right now. Again, if you look down at the scoreboards down there, left lane's dialed in 11:56, right lane dialed 13:05. Again, they're going to try to run as close to that number as possible without going quicker. Again, if they run quicker than that number that they're dialed in at, they will break out and that will DQ them. So the gist of bracket racing, you're going to see them leave the starting line at different times. They should race the finish line. Got Don Lutz over there in the left lane. 2018 GT 5.0. Robert Dietz in his 1967 Mustang in the right lane. Again, Don coming all the way out of Highland, California, about 400 miles away. Don red lights in the left lane, so Robert Dietz moving on to round number 2 in our all fast forwards category. Next up, coming up to the line, Rich Rivero in the left lane, 2018 GT. Steve Good over here, 2011 Mustang with a Ford 227 in it. He's one of our regular bracket racers in this white Mustang. So you're going to definitely see him cut a good light. About 2 seconds difference on the tree here. Rich in the left lane dialed an 11:24. Steve dialed a 13:25. Oh, Rich goes way red. 212 red light in the left lane, so that means Steve is going to get that automatic win. Moving on to round 2. I'm not shocked by that matchup. Steve Good right here out of Sacramento, moving on to round 2 in our all fast forwards category. All right, next pair coming up to the line, Will Smith in his 1991 Mustang in the left lane. Lewis over here in his 94 Cobra. Will's got a 383 cubic inch Chevy motor in the Mustang, so it's Ford bodied, not Ford powered. There's a big advantage on off the starting line here. See if it works out at the top end. And yes, it does. In Will's 30 light to Lewis's 414 light. So Will Smith moving on in his 1991 Mustang to round 2. Larry Hessman over here in the Pinto. It's a 1971 Pinto in the right lane. 306 cubic inch Ford motor in it. See his dad lining them up there, Larry Sr. Yep, Larry takes the win, runs an 1174 on an 1160 dial, and he had the big advantage on the tree. So he just kind of coasts it down there at the stripe. Larry Hessman moving on to round 2. Next up, Don Morris. Over there in the altered 1989 Nealon Parks with a Chevy motor in it. Adam Wartenberger over here in the right lane, 1986 Mustang. Huge difference off the line. About 3 seconds. Oh, ooh, Adam breaks out, 12:39 on a 12:40, so he barely breaks out. Remember, they can't run quicker than that dial in. So Don Morris runs a 954 on a 950 dial, moving on to round 2. Again, we are in our all fast forwards category. quarter-mile bracket racing. Ron Hug in the left lane is 65 Cyclone. Paul Mastro in the 64 Falcon over here in the right lane. Oh, Paul goes red. Ron moves on to round 2. You'll be seeing that 65 Cyclone back again in the all fast Fords category. That's a heartbreaker for Paul. He's a regular bracket racer. Next up, Carl Heiner in the 1970 Maverick in the left lane. Henry Roberson in his 1984 Mustang. Again, Henry Roberson over here, monster bracket racer. Wins a lot of races, goes a lot of rounds at all of our events. See all the contingency stickers on his Mustang. Ooh, and Carl goes way red. I don't know what happened there. So Henry takes the win, moves on to round 2, runs an 11:49 on an 11:48 dial. Next up, Mark Hall in his 1965 Hall Brothers Mustang in the left lane. Jacob Nayar, his 1995 Mustang. Ford powered over there in the left lane. Chevy powered over here in the right lane. Jacob's got a 565 cubic inch Chevy motor in this 95 Mustang. Mark has a 351 Windsor over there in the left. Oh, somebody's got a big advantage off the tree. And he takes a win. Mark 001 on the light. Runs 11:16 on 11:18. They both break out, but that's okay. Mark Hall breaks out a little bit less, has a better light. Next up, Dave Harvey in that Falcon in the left lane. 75 Pinot over here on the right. Oh, that one hurts. Dave goes red. So that Pinot you'll see back in round 2 of all fast Fords. Next up, Lynn Schneider in that 1984 T-Bird in the left lane. Ray Lucas in the 1983 Mustang in the right. Both Ford powered, 351 cubic inches in the left, 302 cubic inches in the right lane. Pretty close off the starting line. Lynn takes the win in the left lane, 998 on a 995 dial in. Takes 17th out with the stripe. Lynn Schneider moving on to round 2. Next up, Jared Wormuth in the 1990 blue Mustang over there in the left lane. Norm Bergman in his 1966 Mustang in the right. Both Ford-powered cars. Big block over there in the left lane. 408 cubic inches over here in the right lane. Somebody has a big advantage off the starting line, and yep, that's the way I thought it was going to work out. Norm runs a 1064 on a 1056, but a 20 light to Jared's 142. So Norm Bergman moving on to round 2. What's up, Mike Chase over there in the 2016 Mustang. Darren Reese in the 69 Mustang. That's a B-gas car, which means it's going to run an 860. .427 Shelby over here in the right lane. It's a little loose. See if he can hold on to it, run the number. He definitely has an advantage on the starting line, and it was enough. Ooh. Mike Chase breaks out. Darren runs an 895 on an 860 dial. Had him on the tree, moves on to round 2. Red light start in the right lane, so Bob Briggs moving on to round next in his 1974 Fairlane. You'll see that car again in round 2 of all fast forwards. Next up, Sergio Felipe in the left lane. Mike Copping over here in the right. Mike driving that 1965 Mustang. Got a 331 cubic inch Ford in that red Mustang. Oh, Sergio doesn't take the tree. That's a heartbreaker right there. That was a pretty good bracket racing matchup. Again, Sergio rolls right through the beams. Mike Copping moving on to round number 2. Lanes 5 and 6 drivers to your cars. Lanes 5 and 6 drivers, Street Machine, suit up. Next up, Janice Hogan in the beautiful 67 Mustang in that left lane out of Orangevale, California. That's got a 632 cubic inch Dart under the hood. Gabe Harris in his 1964 Fairlane in the right lane. Ford 446 under the hood of the Fairlane. You can see a couple seconds difference off the line. Janice dialed an 858. Gabe dialed a 1072. And they're gonna go finish line racing. See if the left lane can catch up. Yep. Janice runs an 866 on an 858 dial-in. Takes the win. Janice moving on to round 2. Next pair, Kenny Fansler in his 1971 Mustang in the left lane. Dave Schaefer over here in the right in his 1966 Mustang. Kenny Fansler goes red in the left lane, which means Dave Schaefer takes the win. You'll see that 1966 Mustang again next round. Ends up running a 1054 at 124 miles an hour. Again, Dave Schaefer moving on to round next. Junior Stanley up next. You're going to see him run a single pass. Gonna be your buy run in all fast forwards. 1962 Falcon. Junior's 29 years old, coming to us out of Vacaville, California. Dialed in a 1028. We'll see how close he can run to that number. All right, ends up running a 1024 at 131 miles an hour. Junior's going to be coming back in his 1962 Falcon as we go into Street Machine racing again. Same deal, we're still bracket racing. This is our Street Machine category. Richard Bowie over there in the left lane. His 2020 GT 500. Emily Herrera in the right lane in her 2013 Mustang. Again, Emily over here in the right lane, only 18 years old. She comes out all the time on our Wednesday nights for our street legal drags. Oh, goes red. That means Richard Bowie take the win. Richard moving on to round 2 in Street Machine. And Emily goes 24 red. That's a heartbreaker for her. Richard ends up running a 1077 at 132 miles an hour. Next up, Cesar Rodriguez over there in the left lane. David Rudd in that 1961 F-150 in the right lane. They call that thing the Fodge because it's got a Dodge motor in it. Yeah, that felt like a long time. That was about 4 seconds difference in the dial-ins. Way too long, huh? I'm thinking the same thing. So David Rudd takes the win, runs a 16:53 at 62 miles an hour in that Fodge F-150. Next pair, Rigo Hernandez over there in the Fox body. I don't have any data on the right lane, but I know for sure it's an F-150. Again, dialed in pretty close. 1450 dial-in the left, 1470 in the right, so they're going to leave pretty close. Yikes, I gotta say it, those trees were awful. But they were equally awful, so it's still going to be a good race down there at the stripe. Ooh, the F-150 breaks out. So Rigo is moving on in his 1989 Mustang, ends up running a 14:58. Again, Rigo moving on to round 2. Next up, we got Logan Cornett Jr. in the left lane, Joseph Salazar in the right lane, Boss 302 over here on the right. I think I know how this one's going to play out based on the trees here. And yep, Logan Cornett Jr. takes the win. Runs a 12:39 at 97 miles an hour. He'll be moving on to round 2 in our Street Machine category. Next up, Harrison Spurboon. Wow, that's a last name I've never seen before. Could have been a typo, who knows. In his 2016 Mustang GT in the left lane, Mike Brinson over here in the right lane in his GT. Well, as long as Harrison doesn't break out, he should be good to go. We'll see what he does at the top end. Yep, runs 11:75 on an 1150 dial at 119 miles an hour. So Harrison moving on to round 2. All right, we're going to see another 2-second difference off the tree here. 1090 dial-in the left lane, 1290 in the right. All right, there's a big advantage off the tree here. See if it works out at the top end. Oh no, oh. Frankie breaks out. He had 200 off the line on that left lane car, but breaks out. So left lane's coming back. I don't have any data for you. Left lanes takes the win, come back to round 2. All right, Ron Brakovich over here in the 1998 Lincoln. Russ Hall over here. And you're going to see a few of these Hall brothers racing today. Russ here in the right lane in his 1969 Mach 1. Someone had a big advantage off the tree here. Yep, Russ Hall takes the win. Had a 46 light to Ron's 252 light. Ends up running a 14.65. Again, Russ Hall moving on to round 2. Juan Diaz over here in the 2004 Cobra in the left lane. Andrew Guerrero. Andrew in the 2017 GT in the right. All right, Juan takes the win in that yellow Cobra, runs a 10.98 at 127 miles an hour. Again, Andrew lost that race on the tree and just couldn't run close enough to the number. So Juan moving on to round 2 in Street Machine. Next up, Robert Dietz, one of our double dippers here in both fast forwards and Street Machine categories. In the left lane, Andrew Moore over here in the 99 primered looking Mustang in the right lane. Oh, Robert goes red. You know, I talked to Robert down there in the lanes. I said, hey, you don't have to cut that good a light. Anything under 100, and you'll probably go 3-4 rounds today. But unfortunately, Robert goes 10 red, so Andrew moves on to round 2. Ends up running a 10.79. Stephen Good in the 2011 Mustang, another one of our double dippers. Oh, and he goes red. Oh my gosh. I gotta tell you, these guys that just went red are some of our regular bracket racers, so that's a heartbreaker for them. Martin Ramirez over here in the right lane in the 82 Fairmont goes on to round 2. Another double dipper. Henry Robertson over here in the right lane, dialed in at 11.48. Joe Hernandez in the 2015 GT in the left lane. There we go. One of our regulars goes green. Yep, Henry takes the win, runs 11.62 at 100 miles an hour. Takes out Joe Hernandez, so Henry Robertson moving on to round 2. Next up, Jeremy Ware in the 1996 Cobra in the left lane. I don't have any data, but I know it's Fox body over here on the right. 1 second difference on the tree. Big advantage to someone on the starting line. We'll see if it works out at the top end. And it does. Right lane runs a 14.25 on a 14 flat dial. Again, that race was won on the tree. It was a 92 light to a 551 light. So as long as he didn't break out, right lane takes the win. Moving on to round 2. I've got no data up here in the tower, but ooh, right lane breaks out. So left lane takes the win, runs a 12:59 at 104 miles an hour. Your left lane winner. Moving on to round 2. Next up, we are going to have our bye run. Adam Moore. I think that's the only flex on the property. Pretty cool to see. That's a quick little SUV, whatever you want to call it. I just call it a refrigerator because it's pretty square. Ends up running a 12:55 at 110 miles an hour. Again, Adam out of Rancho Cordova, right here, local guy. He's out here quite a bit at the Raceway. Adam moves on to round 2, and that's going to wrap up our street machine category as we roll right into our fun runs. Wrapping up round 1 of eliminations. If you haven't gotten a chance to check out that show and shine, go ahead and walk through there. I think they're going to be doing the judging in about an hour or so. Beautiful cars in the back pits. And again, if you did enter into the show and shine and you'd like to run your car down the drag strip, you can definitely do that. Just go grab a Fun Run tech card from the front gate. Head to lane 7 to tech in, see what you run in the quarter mile. And again, we're done bracket racing here, so you're just going to see these guys leave heads up. Again, all these guys are just running for fun, see what they get in the quarter mile. See them leave at the exact same time. So you can really judge the faster car now that we're racing heads up. got the 2001 Lightning over here in the right lane. Juan driving that out of San Jose, California. Silver GT in the left. Ooh. All right, all right. Spins the tires out there about 60 feet. Not what you want to do off the starting line. GT in the left lane ends up running a 1291 at 123 miles an hour. All right, got a couple of Fox Spies. 1990 Mustang in the left. 1992 Mustang in the right. I have a feeling they're buddies because they're both out of Stockton, California. Jordan Romero runs a 1474 at 99 miles an hour in the left lane. Lloyd runs a 1487 in the right lane. Another one spinning the tires on the line. That 1990 Mustang ends up running a 1398 at 105 miles an hour in the right lane. Oh, they can't find the tree. Oh gosh. Well, the photo cells are about, I don't know, 40 feet back. So we're going to back these cars up, help them find the starting line. There we go. You see Big Dan backing them up. Now they're going to try to stage again. Again, you'll see that pre-stage bulb at the top light, then the stage bulb, then you'll see that tree come down. This is what's called a full tree, where it's the 3 yellow lights before the green. And they're off. Right lane ends up running a 1289 at 111 miles an hour. Timothy in the 2018 Mustang hooks up pretty good off the line in that left lane. Right lane ends up running a 1311 at 116 miles an hour. All right, we finally got a diesel truck out here. That's technically a Ford. So he qualifies to be out here today. Boosted built on the side of that F250, 350, I can't really tell. I don't know enough about Fords. Oh, 250, thank you. All right, it's an F-250 in the left lane. Diesel powered over there. I think one of the only ones we've got on the property. Runs a 166 60-foot. That's pretty impressively built diesel truck there. We'll see what it runs in the quarter. Ooh, 11 flat at 123 miles an hour. And might have some cleanup to do there. We're gonna do a quick little track check. Again, I think that's the second time that diesel has spilled something. Yep, looks like they're gonna be laying down some grease sweep, which means that we are gonna be down for a little bit here. Have an update for you in just a few minutes, but again, sit tight, go visit the snack bar, one of the food trucks. Got tacos, bacon mania, ice cream, coffee, full snack bar. Selling beer over there as well. And we'll be back to racing in about 15 minutes or so. Got a little bit of an oil down to clean up. All right, if you are the driver of a beige Toyota Sienna, license plate 5SP-E227, parked in the front lot, we need you to go move your vehicle. You're blocking somebody in that's trying to leave. Again, the driver of a beige Toyota Sienna 5SP-E227. We need you to please move your vehicle in the front lot. You are blocking somebody in. And I see grease sweep basically down the whole track, so that means we're gonna be quite a bit. If you're in the lanes, sit tight. Again, that diesel truck oiled from about 80 feet all the way to the finish line, so we're gonna be at least about 20 minutes here. Probably roll right into round 2 of eliminations as soon as we get cleaned up. So again, I'll give you about a 10-minute warning. We're looking at least 20 minutes here, so just sit tight. that Explorer getting out of the hole. Quick little SUV, 11 light. Ends up running a 1440 at 96 miles an hour over there in the left lane. I would say Pac West lane, but they're both Pac West sponsored. Again, Elton, longtime supporter of Sacramento Raceway and drag racing as a whole. Pac West trailers. Finally getting some creative Fords out here. See that red Focus over there in the left lane. There's a Focus out here. There's a Flex, a couple Explorers, some older Fairlanes and stuff. Let's see what that little Focus can run. $1664 at 90 miles an hour as we get a couple of 5.0s in the water box. I think I'm going to put some money on the right lane car going a little bit quicker here. Running slicks. Yeah, let's see. Still nothing. Maybe I'm going to take my bet back since he doesn't even know how to stage. That's okay. Dan's going to show him the way here. Yeah, that white 5.0 is moving. 12.06 at 118 miles an hour over there in the left lane. Next up, we got a Lightning truck over there in the left lane. 5.0 in the right. This is going to be an interesting little matchup. Runs an 1161 at 122 miles an hour over there in the right lane. Lightning runs a 1633. Next up, we got another white 5.0 in the left lane. 1973 F100 over here in the right lane. And I think I'm going to call that puke green. I don't really know a better color. But that's cool. That white 5.0 runs 1120 at 133 miles an hour. And finally, looks like we're going to get back into round 2 of eliminations for all Fast Fords bracket racing category. Will Smith in the left lane in his 1991 Mustang. That's actually a Chevy-powered Fox body. 383 cubic inch Chevy motor in that 91 Mustang. Robert Dietz over here, who just lost in Street Machine, but still in Fast Fords, in his 1967 Mustang in the right lane. 347 cubic inch Ford under the hood of that Mustang. About a 3-second difference on the trees. pretty close off the line, which means they're going to have to race the stripe. Ooh, Robert Dietz breaks out. Will Smith runs a 1085 on a 1080 dial. So Will Smith moving on to round 3 in all fast forwards. Next up, Don Morris in the altered in that left lane. Steve Good in the 2011 Mustang in the right lane. Don out of North Highlands. Steve out of Sacramento. Again, you're going to see about a 3 or 4 second difference off the line here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And Steve Good goes 003 red, so he is out. Don Morris moves on to round 3. Next up, Len Schneider in the left lane. 1984 T-Bird. I think that's the only Thunderbird I've seen drag racing today. 75 Pinto over here in the right lane. Another 4 second difference in dial-ins. Couple of good lights off the line here finally. And right lane breaks out by 10 Hun. Len runs a 997 on a 996 dial-in. Len moving on to round 3. Next up, Larry Hessman's back in that 1971 Pinto in the left lane. Darren Reese in the 69 Mustang in the right lane. Slight advantage to someone off the line. And Larry Hessman takes the win, a 35 light, 1180 on an 1175 dial-in. Larry Hessman moving on to round next. Dave Schaefer in his 1966 Mustang in the left lane. Junior Stanley, who had the bye in the first round, in his 62 Falcon. Someone's got an advantage on the tree. Yep, Dave Schaefer takes the win, runs a 1059 on a 1056 dial-in. He won that race on the tree. Junior Stanley is out. Dave Schaefer moving on to round 3. Next up, Bob Briggs in the 74 Fairlane left lane. Mike Copping in the 1965 Mustang in the right lane. Oh, Bob goes red, so Mike automatically moves on. Ends up running right on his dial-in, so he's looking good for round 3. Again, Mike Copping takes the win. Next up, Ron Hug, 65 Cyclone over there in the left lane. Norm Bergman in the 66 Powder Blue Mustang in the right. Both Ford powered. 429 cubic inches in that Cyclone and 408 cubic inches in the Mustang. Another red light start. Yikes. So Norm Bergman moving on. He takes the win, runs a little bit off his dial-in. He might have to change that up for next round. Ron Hug, red lights. Norm Bergman moving on to round 3. Next up, good matchup here. Mark Hall in the left lane in the 65 Mustang. Henry Robertson over here in the right lane, 1984 Mustang. A couple of really good bracket racers here at the line. They're pretty close on the tree. We'll see what happens at the stripe. Oh, Henry breaks out. Mark Hall runs an 11:16 on an 11:16 dial. He didn't leave much on the track. So Mark Hall moving on, takes the win. Henry breaks out. He is done in all fast forwards. Henry took the stripe by 6 thou. And Janice Hogan is your bye run in the 1967 Mustang. 632 Dart motor under the hood. She's out of Orangevale, California. Dialed in at 856. We'll see what she can run. Runs an 857 at 158 miles an hour, so she's looking mighty fine for round 3 of eliminations, and that's gonna wrap up our all fast forwards category. Coming up next, Street Machine. The lanes 5 and 6 drivers, go ahead and suit up. Again, Street Machine, you're up next. Round 2 of eliminations. As we transition into our Street Machine category, Rigo Hernandez in the 89 Mustang, left lane, Richard Bowie, and then 2020 GT. Rigo coming all the way from Palo Alto, California. Oh, Richard goes way red. So he is done. Rigo takes the win in his 1989 Mustang. You'll be seeing him back for round 3 of Street Machine. Next up, Logan Cornett Jr. In the left lane, David Rudd in the 1961 Ford F100. In the right lane, about 4 seconds difference off the line. So you're gonna see David leave first. And then Logan's gonna try to catch him in the Mustang. 2, 3, 4, there we go. And Logan ends up breaking out, so David Rudd takes the win. Runs a 16:01 on a 16 dial. So David Rudd moving on to round 3 in that F100. Next up, Juan Diaz in that yellow Cobra in the left lane. Harrison in the 2016 GT in the right lane goes red, which means Juan is moving on to round number 3. Ends up running in 11:31 at 125 miles an hour. Here's the 2015 Flex again over here in the right lane. I really like seeing that thing out here. It's quick too. Adam Moore driving that box. Ooh. He just got treed. So left lane takes the win, runs a 12:53 at 100 miles an hour. I don't have any data for you on the driver. But left lane takes the win. Adam Moore, that flex is done for the day. Steven Adams in that F-150 in the left lane. Martin Ramirez in the 1982 Fairmont over here in the right lane. Boy, that car screams 1980s to me. Oh. Double breakout, but Steven had him on the tree. Runs a 12:59 on a 1260 dial. Steven Adams moving on to round 3 in that F-150. Next up, Henry Roberson. Ooh, he got back quick. Again, he just lost in the all fast Fords category. Coming back for Street Machine here against Russ Hall in the right lane, his 1969 Mach 1. Big advantage off the tree. Let's see if it works out at the top end. And it does. Henry runs an 11:60 at 109 miles an hour. Again, Russ had a 133 light to Henry's 17 light, so that's a no-brainer win right there. Next up, Andrew Moore in that primered 99 Mustang in the left lane. Don't have any data on file for this right lane. Andrew dialed a 1550 in the left, 14 flat dialing in the right lane. Again, massive difference on the tree here. Oh no. So right lane had an 800 advantage on the tree, but ends up breaking out by 3 hun. So Andrew Moore, lucky racer of the day, ends up taking the win. Moving on to round 3. Steven Battaglia out of Vallejo, California, getting your buy run here in Street Machine. He's driving a 2020 GT500. Gonna get the free pass into round next. He's dialed in 1090. Let's see what he can run. A little bit off his number, 1103 at 128 miles an hour. That's gonna do it for round 2 of competition. Lanes 1 and 2 drivers to your cars. Lanes 1 and 2 drivers, go ahead and suit up. Again, we're transitioning back into fun runs here. So everything's gonna be heads up. They're gonna leave the line at the same time. See that 2020 Explorer over there in the left lane. Another 2020 GT500 over here in the right. Pretty quick, little SUV over there. GT runs an 1195 at 128 miles an hour. Next up, Brian Roberts, who's an auto tech out of Sacramento, California. Left lane, 65 Mustang. Ronald Henry over here, 16-year-old in the right lane. He's a student, obviously. And 2006 Mustang. Right lane runs a 1383 at 102 miles an hour. Next up, we got Don Costa in the left lane. Brett Clemenzer in the right, 2016 Shelby GT. Bright yellow. Don runs a 180 60 foot. That's not bad. Runs a 1233 at 113 miles an hour. Again, these are just fun runs. They're going to be leaving the line heads up. See what they run at the top end. We are running to the quarter mile, 1,320 feet. Next up, Jose over there in the 2019 F-150. Sammy in the 2021 Mustang GT over here in the right lane. Jose coming out of Pixley, California. I have no idea where that is. Sammy bringing that Mustang GT from Belmont. Another F-150 over here. Edwin driving that 2019 F-150. Sergio over there in the left lane. Again, he rolled through the beams earlier in the all fast forwards category. Ooh, cuts a 006 light. I'm guessing that car is gonna run 1060. Yeah, 1069, 125 miles an hour. F-150 runs a 1334. Again, we are racing all the way to the quarter mile. Heads up during these fun runs. That Lincoln from the Street Machine category earlier in the left lane. Edgar driving his 2019 GT. Runs a 1084 at 132 miles an hour. Nathan Lampy in his 2006 GT, 281 cubic inch Ford motor in that left lane car. Victor over here in the 2001, I know, shocking, another Mustang in the right lane. Runs an 1111 at 132 miles an hour. In that 2001 Mustang in the right lane. Next up, we've got Lucas in his 2004 Cobra. "22-year-old joining us from Modesto in the left lane. Adam Martinez, his 2008 Shelby over here in the right lane. It's a little loose out there at half track in that right lane. Ends up running 1179 at 126 miles an hour in the right. Next up, I don't have any driver data to tell you, but it's a couple of different blue-toned 5.0s. We'll call it light blue and dark blue, I guess. All right, let's take bets. Who thinks the left lane's going to be quicker? Raise your hand. Who's got the right lane? Yeah, me too. Yep, runs 1173 at 121 miles an hour. Next up, 2 more 5.0s. I'm gonna guess 1380 in the right. Nope, ooh, I was way off. 1277 right lane, 1290 left lane. Both run 112 miles an hour. Finally, something a little different here. Another Ford Focus. He's going to be running Luis in the 2015 GT. Luis coming all the way from Nevada today. Runs a 1301 at 108 miles an hour. Focus runs a 1435, not bad. Next up, Isaac, the 2002 Mustang. Brandon in the Fox body over here. Gets way out in front of that Cobra. And runs a 1455. Brand new 2021 Mustang over there in the left lane. Michael bringing that car out of Discovery Bay. He's an engineer. Kevin over here in the right lane. I think that's a Ford Fiesta. I don't know what year. He's out of Folsom, California. A little front wheel drive action here. Mustang runs a 1294 at 110 miles an hour. Next up, 98 Camaro, huh? That doesn't sound like a Ford. Maybe it identifies as a Ford, I don't know. Ends up going red, Eduardo in the 1990 Mustang over here in the right lane. Cuts a pretty good light. See what it runs to the finish line. 1412 at 103 miles an hour. That Camaro runs a 1312 at 108. Next up, Dimitri in the 2013 Shelby, left lane. Omar in his 2020 Mustang GT in the right lane. Both local guys. Dimitri out of Rockland, Omar out of Sacramento. Shelby runs a 1210 at 119 miles an hour. Jenny over here, 19-year-old, driving the black GT. Antonio over there driving the 2011 GT in the left lane. Antonio red lights. He's still gonna get down track data, see what that car runs. 11:47 at 119 miles an hour. Pretty impressive pass in the 2011 Mustang GT. Next up, Oscar in his 2019 Mustang. Juan over here in the 2001 Lightning. Oscar spins the tires off the line. See what that Lightning runs. 1250. 1250 at 102 miles an hour. Next up, got another Mustang over there in the left lane. 64 Falcon over here in the right. Seth Schneider, one of our bracket racers at our Team Sacramento program, driving that Falcon. He goes red. Runs it out the back. 1077 at 125 miles an hour. All right, all fast Fords, we need you back. All fast Fords, round 2 winners, we need you back to lanes 3 and 4. Once again, all competition winners start heading back to the staging lanes. All fast Fords, lanes 3 and 4, and street machine, lanes 5 and 6. Again, all winners still in competition, come on back. Charles over here in that 1964 Fairlane. That's a beautiful car right there. Nice and clean. Elvis in the convertible in the left lane. Fairlane runs a 1286 at 107 miles an hour. Mustang ends up running a 1565. Next up, we got a 2015 Mustang in the left and a 2016 in the right. Left lane runs a 1230 at 119 miles an hour. Left lane runs a 1280 at 112 miles an hour. Again, we're just fun run racing. They're leaving heads up off the line. Having fun today. I think the quickest I've seen is 11, low 11s, right? 11-11 in fun runs. Again, we've got some quicker cars running in competition for bracket racing, but these guys are just having fun, seeing what they can run in the quarter mile. 1179 over there in the right at 118 miles an hour. That was in a 2010 Mustang GT. Oh, never mind. We have had a 10-second car in fun runs. See if we can get that car back around for y'all. All right, here we go. We got a 72 Gran Torino in the left. Richard driving that car. That is Sacramento, California. Carlos over here in the 2018 Mustang. Gran Torino has a 170 60 foot. Let's see what it runs through the quarter. Nice, 1189 at 113 miles an hour. Mustang runs a 1274. Next up, a couple more Mustangs. That's a third gen in the right lane and a second gen in the left. Slicks on that Fox body. Right lane runs a 1474 at 98 miles an hour. Couple more 5.0s at the line. Couple of local guys right out of Sacramento. Steven in the left, Jorge in the right. 12:15. Your quicker car of that pair. 2012 Mustang GT. Next up, 2020 Mustang in the left, 1986 Mustang in the right. '86 Mustang runs a 1201 at her 15 miles an hour. Again, there was a 302 cubic inch Ford motor in that second gen. Again, all fast Fords, we need you. All fast Fords winners, we need you for round 3. Angelica driving the 2017 Mustang over here in the right lane. She's a paralegal joining us from Fairfield, California. James over there in the left out of West Sacramento. Angelica runs 11:39 at 137 miles an hour in that right lane Mustang. Next up, we got Edwin over there on the left. Adalberto over here on the right. Adalberto joining us from Palo Alto. Edwin runs an 11:02 at 134 miles an hour. Right lane runs a 15:65. Again, all fast Fords, final call. We are missing one of you. Should be 9 competitors left in all fast Fords. Round number 3. Again, if you won in round 2 and you are not here yet, we need you now. We're missing one of you. Again, all fast Fords, final call, lanes 3 and 4. I stand corrected. You're all here. Thank you. Go ahead and start suiting up. Again, all fast Fords, go ahead and suit up. A few more pairs of fun runs here. Got a couple of lightnings at the line. Never mind. Lightning in the left, F-150 in the right. Got a back tire stager. Maybe this was pre-arranged. They leave heads up. See who takes the stripe. I don't think that right lane's going to catch him. Nope. Left lane runs a 14 flat at 99 miles an hour for the win. Again, a shout out to everyone that makes these events happen, to Ron and the crew back there for the show and shine, Capital Mustang Car Club. Great show today, great turnout. Again, we haven't had this event for 2 years now. 2019, I believe we got rained out, and last year obviously COVIDed out. Again, we are grateful to have you all here. Lots of beautiful Fords of all makes and models out here today, and one Camaro. I don't know what he was thinking. I don't think that was a Ford powered car either, but I could be wrong. Maybe he bribed Rick over at Tech, let him make a pass, who knows. Again, if you haven't gotten to check out the show and shine, be sure to do that before they get to their awards ceremony. Again, last I checked, we had 200 show and shine participants, which is pretty great. Nice, great day of Ford fun. If you haven't gotten to check out any of the food trucks or the snack bar yet, there's ice cream over there, coffee, tacos, bacon mania, beer. Nice, beautiful, sunny Sunday in May. We are back to bracket racing. Again, this is our all fast Fords category. Mark Hall in the 1965 Hall Brothers Mustang in the left lane. Will Smith in the 1991 Mustang. Again, Will's car in the right lane is actually Chevy powered. So he's got a 383 cubic inch Chevy motor in that 91 Mustang. Oh, Will goes red. So Mark Hall gets the free pass into next round. Double breakout, but that's okay. Mark Hall runs an 11:15 at 117 miles an hour. Mark Hall moving on to, I believe, the quarterfinal round. Will Smith goes red. He is done for the day. Len Schneider in his 1984 Thunderbird. 351 cubic inch Ford under the hood. He will be your buy run. Dialed in at a 997. We'll see what it actually runs. Ooh, runs a 1069 at 97 miles an hour. Might have something to do with that wheel stand off the starting line. Next pair, Don Morris in the left lane. Norm Bergman in the 1966 Mustang in the right lane here. Both great bracket racers, been doing it a long time, so this is going to be a pretty good matchup here. Don dialed a 949 in the left, Norm a 1067 in the right. Pretty close off the starting line, which means they're going to have to go top end racing. Ooh, Norm breaks out, so Don takes the win. Runs a 952 on a 949 dial. Again, Don Morris moving on to next round and all fast Fords. Next pair, Janice Hogan, who did have the bye run last round. Her 1967 Mustang in the left lane, dialed an 858. Mike Copping in the 1965 Mustang, dialed 1072 in the right lane. Big advantage to someone on the starting line. Oh no! Mike Copping breaks out. Janice was 100 on the tree, but Mike breaks out way too much, so Janice taking the win, ends up running an 854 on an 858 dial, and that's an oops by Mike. Took way too much stripe. So Janice Hogan moving on to next round. Dave Schaefer up next in the left lane, 1966 Mustang. Larry's back in that 1971 Pinto, real close on the starting line. Double breakout, but Dave Schaefer breaks out less, runs a 1055 on a 1057 dial-in. Dave Schaefer, your final winner in all fast Fords, moving on to our quarterfinal round. Next up, Street Machine coming out. See a lot more street tires, a little bit slower dial-ins. They're doing the same thing as all fast Fords in bracket racing. We're going to be dialed in. Rigo Hernandez in the left lane, 1989 Mustang. David Rudd in the right in his 1961 F100. They call that thing the Fodge because it's a Ford bodied but Dodge powered. 318 cubic inch motor. And David's truck in the right lane. They're moving. Rigo's gonna try to catch him. Yep, David runs a 1623, a 16 flat dial, but had 400 on the tree advantage. So David Rudd moves on to next round in Street Machine. Next up, Stephen Battaglia in the 2020 GT500. Really nice blue color in the left lane. Henry Roberson over here in the right lane. 1984 Mustang. Henry, one of our regular bracket racers, Sacramento regular. He's hard to beat. Already got taken out in all fast forwards though. And he takes the win. Henry 11:55 on an 11:45 dial in. Won that race on the treat. So Steven is out. Henry moves on to next round in Street Machine. Next up, Juan Diaz in the 2004 Cobra over there in the left lane. Andrew Moore in that primered 99 Mustang in the right. A 5-second difference in dial-ins. Couple of not so great trees. They were equally not so great, so we'll see what happens at the top end. Andrew takes the win in the right lane, runs a 16:09 on a 15:50 dial. Just enough to get him into next round. Steven Adams in the F-150 in the left lane. I don't have any data on the right. Double breakout. Right lane runs a little bit less under. 12:31 on a 12:33 dial. Takes the stripe by 46 thou. The right lane moving on. Steven Adams is out. And we're back in. That's going to wrap up our competition. Again, that was round 3. Going to transition back into fun runs. Again, this is all heads up racing. Ford Super Duty over there in the left. Brian Roberts in his 65 Mustang in the left lane. Barry in his 1973 F100 over here in the right. That truck's decently quick. Got a 428 cubic inch Ford in that F100. Runs a 1414 at 96 miles an hour. Mustang runs a 1393. Kenny Fansler over here in the right lane. I believe he just got that motor put back into the car just for this race. Again, he's races in our Team Sacramento bracket program. Haven't seen this car out in a while. Got it ready just in time for the Ford event. Lucas over there, the 2004 Cobra. Kenny's car should run in the low 9s. 975 at 146 miles an hour. Left lane runs a 12 flat. Next up, we got a 2019 Mustang in the left, 2021 Mustang over here in the right. Again, we're fun run racing. Heads up, run what you brung type of format. Left lane runs a 12.99 at 112 miles an hour. Kevin in the left, Daniel in the right. Are those Focuses or Fiestas? Battle of the Focus or Fiesta, not too sure what they were. Daniel ends up running a 14:20. Takes the win. All right, here we go. Ford versus Chevy racing. 98 Camaro in the left. 1990 Mustang in the right. We got any Chevy fans out here today? Probably not. See who takes the win. Back tire staging for the Camaro. Ends up going red, but maybe we'll take a look at the ETs, see who's quicker. $13.06 for the Camaro in the left lane, $13.90 for the Mustang. And again, if you are hanging out in the back and you want to run some fun runs, you can go buy one of those tech cards from the front gate. Get you down track. And fun runs lanes are going to be open all day for you until we run our final round. So you can just keep bringing them back into lanes 1 and 2. But again, if you would like to run your car down the track, go purchase one of those fun run tech cards from the front gate. I believe it's 20 bucks. You can get a few hits in at least. Again, we've got 3 more rounds of competition racing to go, so plenty of time to get a couple passes in.
All right, so we keep working our way through fun runs here. All fast fours. There's 5 of you left. Looks like 4 of you are here. Oh, the 5th one's headed up. Street Machine. We got 4 drivers left. I only see 2 in the lanes. If you're still in Street Machine, you roll on into lanes 5 and 6 for your semifinal. Street Machine lanes 5 and 6. All fast forwards lanes 3 and 4. Okay, Street Machine, we've got 4 drivers left in competition, and we're missing one of you. If you're still in Street Machine, need you to the lanes 5 and 6. Street Machine semifinal, lanes 5 and 6.
we're doing a quick little track prep here before we get going back into our quarterfinals for all Fast Fords. Again, all winners and runner-ups, come see me in the tower after final rounds for your trophies, payouts, etc., etc. So again, winner, runner-ups, come see me in the tower, and then you'll head over to the winner's circle to take your photos at the end of the day. Got a nice little cash payout today. Again, a reminder, it's $1,000 to win all Fast Fords, 500 to runner up, 400 to win in Street Machine, and 200 to that runner up. So again, full guaranteed payouts, both categories. Cash money, so come see me in the tower if you make it to final rounds. All right, we're getting into our All Fast Fords quarterfinal here. Again, 33 car field to start. Decent little turnout. So 6 rounds of racing total for whoever makes it to the final. Starting things off here, Mark Hall in the left lane, that 1965 Mustang with a 351 cubic inch Ford under the hood. All Brothers Performance. Don Morris over here in the right lane. Tequila Sunrise Altered. Couple of really great bracket racers here at the line. Again, as we get to these final rounds, you're going to see all good bracket racers here. 1116 dial in the left, 953 in the right lane. They both go green. Oh no, Don's car runs too far off his number. Mark Hall takes the win. Don was 003 on the tree, but the car could not run the number. Mark Hall takes the win, runs 1118 at 116 miles an hour. He's moving on to the semi. Next up, Lynn Schneider in the 84 T-Bird in the left, Janice Hogan in that beautiful 1967 Mustang in the right lane. Lynn dialed a 996, Janice an 858. Slight advantage on the tree to someone. I can't tell you who. Oh, again. Janice goes 003 on the tree. Car cannot run the number, so Lynn Schneider takes the win, runs a 998 on a 996 dial. Again, 74-10 thou at the stripes. That's a pretty close race. Janice gives it back. Len moves on to the semifinal round. Dave Schaefer here making a nice easy pass as your bye run in all fast forwards. Ends up running a 10:52 at 124 miles an hour. It's going to set us up for a 3-car semifinal in all fast forwards. Next up, your Street Machine Semi. David Rudd over here in the 61 F100 in the right lane. I don't have any data for the left lane driver. Few second difference in dial-ins, so you're going to see them leave way different on the tree. Have to go top end racing here. That Mustang's going to try to catch David in the truck. Big advantage off the starting line. Yep, and it's enough. Double breakout. David goes less too quick. Runs a 1593 at 77 miles an hour. David Rudd moving on to the final round in Street Machine. Andrew Moore up next. 99 Mustang in the left. Henry Robertson over here. 84 Mustang in the right. Thing. Yep, and Henry doesn't break out, so he takes the win. Again, 16 light to Andrew's 194. Something happened with Andrew's car as well. Henry runs 1143 on an 1140 dial, moves on to the final round against David Rudd. I don't think there's any shock to that final round matchup. Couple of really great bracket racers. That's going to do it for this round of competition. Again, we're down to a semifinal in our all fast forwards category and final round in Street Machine. Fun runs will stay open until our final rounds get up here. So if you want to run a couple more passes down track, fun run lanes 1 and 2 are open until we run our final round. All right, attention in the pits. We need our all fast Fords semi-final to the lanes. Again, Len Schneider and Dave Schaefer, we need you. Mark is sitting out the bye in the All Fast Ford semifinals. So Len Schneider and Dave Schaefer, we need you to the lanes for All Fast Fords. All right, final call for any fun runs. Again, we've got a semi and a final left in our competition. So this is your last call for fun runs. Will be the final pass of the day. Again, if you're still hanging out and you did purchase that fun run entry, this is going to be your final call, last pass of the afternoon. Again, all trophies and payouts for competition classes will be up in the tower with me. And Henry Robertson, we need you for your Street Machine final whenever you can get up here. Henry, we need you for our Street Machine final, please. right, you just heard your all fast forward semifinal. Fire it up in the lanes. They're heading on out. We got Dave Schaefer and Lynn Schneider. Again, they're racing for $1,000 to win and $500 to runner up. Pretty decent payout. 33 car field to start. This is your semifinal round. Again, Lynn over there in the left lane, 1984 Thunderbird. Dave Schaefer over here in the right lane, 1966 Mustang. Lynn dialed a 995. Dave dialed a 1053. Both local-ish gentlemen. Lynn out of Grass Valley, Dave out of Auburn. Both regulars at Sacramento Raceway on the NHRA and bracket racing circuit. Again, this is your all fast forward semifinal. Oh no, Lynn goes 001 red. So Dave Schaefer gets the free pass into the final round and ends up running a 1050 at 125 miles an hour, but Lynn goes 001 red. That's a heartbreaker. Gives Dave Schaefer the free pass into the final round against Mark Hall, who's actually going to be sitting out his bye run. So your all fast forwards final is going to shape up to be Dave Schaefer in his 66 Mustang against Mark Hall in his 65 Mustang. So kind of cool. Couple of old school Mustangs in the all fast forwards final round. Should have our Street Machine final sitting in the lanes, suited up, ready to go. Out next, this is final call for any fun runs. Again, final call. Lanes are going to be closing in just a couple of minutes. Final call, fun runs. This will be the final pass of the day after we run our Street Machine final. And here comes your Street Machine final out. Again, they're racing for 400 to win, 200 to runner up. David Rudd in that 1961 Ford F100. The 318 cubic inch Dodge motor in the left lane. Henry in the 1984 Mustang in the right lane. This is a monster bracket racing matchup right here. Couple of veterans, great bracket racers. David dialed a 1590. Henry dialed an 1142. Oh, David goes red. So many red lights today. Again, David goes 006 red, gives it away to Henry. Henry ends up running an 1145 at 117 miles an hour. Again, Henry, your Street Machine champion. All Fast Forward's 2021 event. Thanks to all of our Street Machine competitors for coming out today. Again, Henry Robertson, your Street Machine winner. David Rudd, your Street Machine runner-up. Again, All payouts and trophies will be up here in the tower with us. And staging lanes are closed for fun runs. So again, this will be your final pass of the afternoon while we're waiting for our All Fast Fords final to get here. Again, final pass of the day. Lanes are closed. Thanks everyone for joining us on behalf of Sacramento Raceway, Capital Mustang Car Club, everyone involved making this event happen. Thank you for being here. Ford Super Duty over in the left against the 2019 F-150. Right lane ends up running a 12:47 at 113 miles an hour. Quick little single cab there. Next up, that's a 2020 Mustang in the right lane. Adrian driving that car out of Patterson, California. Something happens about half track. Left lane ends up running a 1595. Right lane breaks something, so he's just gonna scoot it through the finish line. Next up, we got Jacob in the 1989 Mustang in the left lane. That thing's got a GM motor in it. James driving the 5.0 in the right lane. GT runs an 1175 at 122 miles an hour. As we get our last couple of pairs of fun runs here. Again, this is heads up racing. Just running for fun, hence the name Fun Run. Tom over here in the 2020 GT500. Edgar over there in the left lane, 2019 Mustang GT. Solid pair, running it out the back. Left lane runs a 1065 at 132 miles an hour. Solid little pass. The 2019 GT. Looks like our last pair of fun runs to go down the track. Both 2019s. Left lane is a GT, obviously. Right lane, F-150. Ooh, that F-150 is keeping up. See, it runs at the top end. Mustang runs a 1253 at 116 miles an hour. Truck runs a 1330 at 101 miles an hour. Looks like we are down to our final of the day. Dave Schaefer against Mark Hall. Again, like I was saying earlier, battle of the old school 1960s Mustangs. Dave's driving a 66. Mark's driving a 65. This is your final round in all fast Fords. 1,000 to win. And 500 to runner up. Decent little payout for this event. So thanks to Cindy Crump for that. I believe we started with 33 cars in our all fast Fords category. Down to your final two here. Mark sat out the Byron in the semifinal. So Dave's probably trying to cool his car off a little bit. That will be your last pair of cars down the track at All Fast Fords 2021. Thanks everyone again for being here, supporting this event, and Sacramento Raceway. Capital Mustang Car Club for putting on that show and shine, and everyone else who makes these events possible. And here is our final of the day. Like I said, battle of the 65 and 66 Mustang. Dave Schaefer's in the 66. Over there in the left lane. Retired guy out of Auburn, California. Mark Hall over here in the 65 Mustang in the right lane. Dave's got a 427 cubic inch Ford motor in the left. 351 cubic inch in the right lane. Mark's an instructor at UTI out of Rio Linda, California. Again, this is your all fast Fords final round. They're racing for $1,500 total payouts. Another red light final round. Oh my gosh. Dave goes 54 red in the left lane. Mark Hall takes the win. Dave just gives it away. Mark ends up running an 11:20 at 116 miles an hour. So Mark Hall, your all fast Fords champion of the day. Again, that is it. All fast Ford event 2021. Thanks everyone for joining us. If you were watching the live stream, thanks for spending some time with us at Sacramento Raceway. Congratulations to Mark Hall and Henry Robertson, your all fast Fords and Street Machine champions. Thanks everyone for joining us today. Goodbye.